Welcome to the show, everyone. It's the Crypto Lark, broadcasting to you from New Zealand, and today we're discussing the NOIA ICO. NOIA, or Network of Independent Agents, is aiming to decentralize content delivery across the internet, essentially trying to make the internet a more efficient place. We're going to be breaking down just what NOIA is trying to do after a massive thank you to you guys for being part of the cryptocurrency community. Your support makes all the difference, so thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. And you do have to remember, this is not financial advice, guys. This is just the opinions of one man talking about cryptocurrencies on this inefficient internet. This is an ICO. Please do your own due diligence for investing your own money. There is no substitute for doing your own research, and there is always a certain amount of inherent risk in investing in any ICO. Unfortunately, this sale does exclude citizens of the United States, Korea, China, and interestingly, Japan. Furthermore, the team at NOIA Network has reached out to me to do a sponsored review of the project. However, I have, of course, reserved the right to keep this an open and honest review, so let's get into it. Hey, wait a second, Lark. Doesn't the internet work just fine the way it is right now? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Lark. The current infrastructure of the internet is operational. However, even today, it is full of massive inefficiencies. We have the centralization of content delivery networks. We have unused computing resources. Imagine every single home computer that has unused storage and unused computing power. It's unimaginable how big that is. Currently, less than half the world's regions have access to broadband in excess of 10 megabytes per second. The cost of delivering HD video, not to mention AR and VR when they start to become more popular, is very high currently. The spread of CDN, or content delivery networks, in the developing world is quite low at the moment. Meanwhile, while we have this outdated infrastructure for the internet, or an infrastructure which is struggling to scale for the internet, we have an explosion of new users coming into the internet. Remember, half the world's population doesn't even have access to the internet yet, and they're getting smartphones. They're going to start watching videos. Not to mention, of course, that video, which is, of course, highly intensive in terms of storage and computing power, is exploding across the internet right now. Cisco is predicting there'll be a 4x increase in video consumption by the year 2021, which is an astonishing number. So what is the solution to all of this? Well, NOIA is putting forth its version of a solution to help the internet scale. NOIA, at its simplest iteration, caches a website's content across a decentralized network, allowing for faster delivery. Essentially, they want to start the sharing economy on the internet, letting you lease out your computing space to help run the decentralized internet, or at least a layer of the decentralized internet. The guys over at NOIA already have an MVP, which is very encouraging. If you are a regular person, NOIA will let you rent out your unused resources for money. Now, for your home computer setup, well, that's a nice little side earner. That's cool. If you're a big data center, that could be very lucrative for you. Now, what if you are a company? Well, you can buy these unused resources, whether it be storage capacity or bandwidth, from the people selling it, reducing your bottom line significantly. Every computer can become a point of presence in the global network, utilizing all of these unused resources. NOIA will be using a content scaling layer, essentially peer-to-peer file sharing using technology like BitTorrent and distributed hash tables, but also we're going to have AI for the CDN optimization. Throw some blockchain in there, and we have the core of the network. The CSL software stack will make up various layers of NOIA. We're also going to have the CSL cloud controller, which will help to instruct how the master nodes utilize the worker nodes underneath them to help deliver content. We're going to have the CSL.js library for data requests from websites. The CSL stack is designed to only store data for a limited and optimal time. So this is not an eternal record, so to speak, of content on the internet. There will be governance via a series of smart contracts determining transfers and users, for example. A key aim of NOIA is to be complementary to existing models, not to replace them. I think this makes it a good go-to-market strategy in terms of finding partners by saying, hey, we can help you, not that we are a threat to you. There's also no real risk for a website to implement this CSL.js library, for example, as NOIA can really just be an optional layer, and there will still be that fallback mechanism if, for example, that tends to be the better option for that website at that given time. This can just be an optional way to save money. Furthermore, there will be a hardware component for NOIA. Now again, this is optional. It's called the NOIA Edge. It's going to be used to, of course, help that 24/7 uptime for the network. But it's really just aiming to be a plug-and-play device. You plug it in, you're running the network 24/7 and getting rewarded for it 24/7. The NOIA token will exist primarily for the paying of nodes. So if you're that person renting out your computing storage space, well, you'll be receiving NOIA tokens as payment for that. There will also, of course, though, be the governance options, which the token will give you certain rights to as well. Let's take a look at the team. The team is actually quite a large team for a startup project like this, and we have a lot of guys here with really outstanding resumes in terms of what they've done with content delivery networks overall, but also in terms of starting up businesses, working with different startups. So it's very encouraging to see actually a team with some really great experience getting involved here. And the advisor list, they've got some really hard hitters on here as well. For example, James Robinson, who has created a lot of the architecture behind the current content delivery networks. And of course, looking at some of the other ones, we have people that are going to be able to connect them with valuable business contacts, for example. Taking a look here at the roadmap, after the token sale, we're going to have the alpha to look forward to in Q3 of 2018. The NOIA Edge, that hardware component, will come out Q1 of 2019. We'll see a beta in Q2. By the end of 2019, we should see the full iteration of NOIA working with strategic partners. I want to share some of my concerns about NOIA with you before going into the details of the token sale, and we're going to start off with competition. Now, NOIA states that they want to operate as an additional layer and that they want to fit in with existing services. So a lot of people might look at NOIA and think, hey, isn't that kind of like Substratum? Well, actually, NOIA could very easily find synergy with Substratum providing that open, free layer to the internet and NOIA helping deliver the content. You might think, hey, isn't Golem trying to do a similar kind of thing? Well, yes and no. Golem is very focused on shared computing power and creating a global supercomputer really aimed at specific purposes. Again, NOIA is focused on content delivery. You might think about Skycoin. Now, Skycoin is a massively ambitious project focused on decentralizing the internet, but they also have a focus on bandwidth and storage, making Skycoin perhaps a more likely competitor to someone like NOIA. What about Theta token? Well, Theta is very specifically focused on video delivery, and while Theta has very high-level backing, and they've also got Sliver.tv, it's video focused, whereas NOIA, while putting an emphasis on video delivery, can deliver any kind of content. At the end of the day, we're going to see a situation where, as the end user or a regular person trying to put my power into the network, I only have limited personal computing power. It'll be up to every individual to decide which network they would like to support. Would they like to support Golem and their idea of a supercomputer, or would they like to run NOIA to help it deliver content globally? and there will be use cases and people who find all of these messages compelling. I'm not going to talk so much about the centralized services because I personally feel that decentralized services for content delivery are much more compelling than the current centralized systems on offer, and that the potential cost savings are drastic and will make the centralized models obsolete when the decentralized models are fully operational. What about Ethereum? NOIA will be an ERC token. Ethereum, of course, has been having trouble scaling recently, and while it seems that all the minds of Ethereum are currently working on how to make Ethereum scale more, we need to actually see that happen. The network effect will also be very important for NOIA. Now, they're going to actually be launching on a centralized cloud server until the network is actually robust enough to maintain itself. So we do need a lot of nodes to come into NOIA to actually help run the entire network. I would also really like to see the partner list expanding. We do have a few partners already, but we really need to see, a major international internet service provider sign on board with this. NOIA also hasn't seen a big rush of VC money as some other projects have, and the social media buzz currently around NOIA Network, while growing, is just kind of medium, not overhyped, I would say. And what about the details of the token sale? In total, there will be 1 billion NOIA. 45% of those are going on sale. 20% are being kept back for the founders, the advisors, and current and future employees on a 2.5-year vesting schedule. 20% being released every 6 months. 20% may be a bit on the larger side for the team, considering that the token sale itself is below 50%, but it's not too much either. 10% is going towards the community, so that'll be early adopters and strategic partners, as well as user incentives to help get people into the ecosystem. And 25% is being kept aside for future financing. So this is on a 3-year vesting that. The price is about 5.5 cents per NOIA during the sale. The minimum is 0.05 Ethereum. No pre-sale, no bonuses. Also, no current cap set for max contributions. The sale will be taking place on July 16th. Overall, I see a lot of opportunities for NOIA. It's a well-written white paper explaining the tech, the market, the risks. The industry is without a doubt ready for massive disruption when you see the inefficiencies that are currently on offer. The crypto economics model of being able to rent out your computing space has proved popular before with projects like Golem and Sia Coin, just as some examples, or Theta Token having done rather well in the markets since their ICOs. The team also have a strong, focused vision. They're not trying to do everything. They have a very specific focus on what they want to do, and I think that makes them effective overall. But hey, those are just my 2 Satoshis on NOIA Network. Thanks so much for watching the video. Help grow our community by sharing these videos around the internet. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about NOIA Network in the comment section down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.